Can we please talk about the Friday, July 24 episode? Because Heather is back. Yes, you heard me right. Heather Armstrong, also known as the terrifying, ruthless, and absolutely lethal impaler, is returning to Fairmont Crest, and I am losing my absolute mind over this. Joey specifically warned his sister to stay far, far away from his territory. He practically begged her to take her international plasma ring operations back to London and leave him out of it. But does Heather listen? Of course not. She is returning this Friday, and she explicitly stated that she has some unfinished business to handle. What on earth does that mean? Joey is going to be sweating bullets. Heather knows exactly where Joey lives, and she knows all about his casino. She knows his usual haunts, which means a surprise, unannounced visit is completely inevitable. And you know who else practically lives at Joey's house and hangs out at his casino? Vanessa. This is a recipe for an absolute disaster, and I am here for every single second of it. Imagine the sheer, unadulterated awkwardness of this impending encounter. Vanessa has practically moved in with Joey, and she is completely, blissfully oblivious to the fact that her charming casino owner boyfriend comes from a family of ruthless crime lords. I can already picture the scene in my head. Heather is going to strut into Joey's place looking fabulous and deadly, and Vanessa is going to be standing there totally clueless. Joey is going to absolutely panic. He desperately wants to keep Vanessa completely insulated from his dark criminal underworld. He does not want Vanessa anywhere near Heather. Joey is going to be so incredibly annoyed and frustrated with his sister for crossing this boundary. But Heather? Oh, Heather is going to be intensely curious. She is going to look at Vanessa and wonder what on earth this blonde woman possesses that has made her cold, calculating brother suddenly want to play house and act like a reformed citizen. But seriously, what is Heather's ultimate goal here? How long is she planning to stay in Fairmont Crest? I have a massive, sinking feeling that her unfinished business is directly tied to the plasma ring fallout. Is she trying to completely eradicate anyone who threatens her operation? Does this have something to do with Smitty's upcoming investigative article about the red market? Or worse, does this have something to do with Jacob Hawthorne? Speaking of Jacob, we need to talk about the absolute heartbreak and frustration surrounding him and his father, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne. The spoilers for Friday reveal that Elon is going to tell Jacob something he desperately does not want to hear. Is anyone else feeling an intense wave of dread right now? Jacob has been spiraling into a dark, dangerous obsession with taking down the Impaler. He is suffering from severe trauma, PTSD, and crippling survivor's guilt because his best friend Derek Baldwin took a bullet for him and died a hero during that warehouse sting. Jacob made a solemn vow to avenge Derek's death. He even pushed his wife Naomi away to dive deep into his undercover thug persona. So, what is Elon going to tell him? Are you guys thinking what I am thinking? I am willing to bet my bottom dollar that Elon is pulling Jacob off the case. Or telling him to stand down. Why? Is Joey secretly pulling the strings behind the scenes? Did Joey contact Elon and demand that the police back off in order to protect his sister Heather from getting caught? If Elon tells Jacob to drop the investigation, Jacob is going to absolutely explode. He will not accept that. He cannot accept that. Derek's father, Brian Baldwin, literally came to town, refused to shake Jacob's hand, and blamed Jacob for his son's death. Jacob is carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and if his own father tells him to back off, it is going to shatter their already fragile relationship into a million pieces. Now, let us switch gears and talk about some major sibling rivalry, because the drama between Catherine Cat Richardson and Eva Thomas is flaring up all over again. I am so frustrated, guys. After the massive, life-saving liver transplant, it genuinely seemed like Cat and Eva had finally buried the hatchet. Cat literally went under the knife, risked her own life, and gave a literal piece of her liver to save Eva. They had that beautiful, tear-jerking moment where they held hands, and Cat admitted she finally understood Eva after having that crazy Freaky Friday alternate reality dream. We all thought the war was over. But no, this weekend's episode is throwing a massive wrench into their newfound sisterly bond, and it all revolves around a live stream. Chelsea, Hamilton, and Eva decide to host a live stream together. And Kat is absolutely fuming. I mean, can we blame her? Chelsea and Kat are supposed to be best friends, cousins, and business partners. They literally run the Chelsea Kat brand together. And now Eva is just swooping in and perfectly coordinating with Chelsea on camera. Kat is sitting there, recovering from a major organ donation, watching the girl she saved completely take over the spot that rightfully belongs to her. Kat is incredibly annoyed, and honestly, her diva energy is returning in full force. She is sitting there thinking, I saved your life, and now you are trying to steal my business partner and my spotlight? It is classic Kat jealousy, but you have to admit, it is entirely justified. Eva is naturally charismatic, and seeing her vibe so perfectly with Chelsea is making Kat feel completely replaced and irrelevant. Is Eva doing this on purpose to edge Kat out, or is Kat just being her usual overly competitive self? I cannot wait to see Kat confront them about this, because the claws are definitely coming back out. And oh my goodness, we desperately need to discuss the absolute mess that is Danny Dupree. Danny is spiraling out of control, and my heart is just pounding for her. She is going to seek out Vanessa for comfort, and it is going to be a highly emotional, intense conversation. Danny is carrying a massive, suffocating secret, and it is eating her alive from the inside out. Let us rewind first. During the terrifying tornado that ravaged Fairmont Crest, Danny and her ex-husband, Bill Hamilton, got trapped in an elevator. The power went out, the elevator crashed, they thought they were going to die, and in a moment of sheer primal panic, they hooked up. Yes, they had sex in the elevator. And now, Danny is absolutely terrified. She loves her current husband, Andre Richardson, with all of her heart. Andre is the sweetest, most supportive, most devoted man on the planet. He just gifted her a beautiful woven ring to symbolize their unbreakable bond before their trip to Japan. He has been taking care of her, thinking she is suffering from tornado PTSD, completely oblivious to the fact that her panic attacks are actually driven by the crippling guilt of cheating on him. Danny is going to break down to Vanessa and admit that she simply cannot contain her emotions about this elevator secret anymore. She is terrified beyond belief that Andre is going to get suspicious and uncover the truth. And let us not forget, Bill is currently in the hospital fighting for his life because his current wife, Haley, has been slowly poisoning him with a toxic green smoothie. Haley already overheard Bill and Danny arguing about the affair, so Haley holds all the cards. Danny is living on borrowed time, and she's begging Vanessa for advice. But will Vanessa even be able to offer any solid, helpful advice? Vanessa is dealing with her own chaotic life right now. She is completely oblivious to the fact that her boyfriend Joey is a criminal, and she is also dealing with her daughter Deanna McBride, who is currently waging a psychological war against Joey to avenge her father Doug's death. Vanessa might be way too distracted to give Danny the reality check she so desperately needs. Speaking of Deanna, we absolutely must talk about the handsome stranger she just met, because this storyline is getting incredibly juicy. Deanna has been so consumed by grief, anger, and her dark, vengeful plot against Joey. She literally orchestrated an excruciatingly tense dinner where she ordered Joey's favorite Tuscany wine and brought up her dead father's Tuscany lapel pin just to watch Joey sweat. She's playing a dangerous game of psychological torture. But then she goes to Orphe Jeans and she runs into a guy whose credit card gets declined. Deanna, being the generous soul she is, deep down, steps up and pays his bill. They click instantly, chat about music and adulting, and she gives him her number so he can Venmo her back. Guys, this stranger is Noah Rollins. He is Dr. Kyle Rollins' son. He just arrived in town. He is completely broke, and he wants to pursue his music dreams while working at the free clinic to stay close to his dad. I am so torn about this. On one hand, Deanna desperately needs a distraction. She needs some light, some romance, and some fun in her life to pull her away from this dark, obsessive quest for revenge against Joey. Noah seems like a genuinely sweet, charming, struggling artist. But, on the other hand, this is Fairmont Crest. Is Noah really just a good guy? Or is he going to bring a whole new wave of chaos and trouble to town? Deanna is already stepping into a very messy, complicated situation by targeting Joey, and adding a broke musician into the mix might just complicate her life even further. Will Noah be the anchor that saves Deanna from her dark path? Or will he accidentally get dragged into the crossfire of Joey and Deanna's impending? I am literally shaking with anticipation for these upcoming episodes. The stakes have never been higher. Heather is back to wreak havoc. Jacob is being pushed to his absolute breaking point by Elon. Kat is ready to go to war over a live stream. Danny's marriage is hanging by a terrifyingly thin thread, and Deanna is finding romance in the middle of a revenge plot. Is anyone else feeling this intensely about the current storylines? Please, you have to let me know your thoughts. Do you think Heather's going to target Jacob? Do you think Kat has a right to be mad at Eva and Chelsea? And how long until Andre finds out about Danny and Bill's elevator hookup? I cannot handle the suspense. Thank you all so much for tuning in to my rant today. Stay safe, stay fabulous, and I will see you all next time for more explosive soap drama.